90% of drivers have no idea these car hacks saves them from mechanic visits. But here's the kicker. One of these hacks could actually save you thousands in repairs. And mechanics don't tell you these shortcuts actually work. Before you start wasting money at pricey tools, here's 15 little-known car hacks no one knows about. Don't skip. It'll save you a lot of money. Let's start now with secret number 15, hidden side mirror defrosters. Starting strong with something that'll make you question everything about winter driving. Cold mornings got you scraping frost off your side mirrors like a caveman. Your car's been laughing at you this whole time. Most vehicles have side mirror defrosters built right in, and the switch has been right under your nose. Find your mirror adjustment switch. Instead of setting it to L or R, rotate it all the way down. Boom! Heated mirrors that clear frost, fog and rain in about 30 seconds. They use the same electrical system as your rear window defroster, but somehow 90% of drivers discover this by accident. These heating elements are built into the mirror glass itself, working in any weather condition. Rain, fog, frost, doesn't matter. Your mirrors stay clear while everyone else is playing the dangerous game of, I hope that's not a motorcycle in my blind spot. But here's what they don't tell you. The heating elements are actually thin wires embedded directly in the mirror glass during manufacturing, similar to rear window defrosters but much smaller. They draw minimal power from your electrical system and automatically shut off after a few minutes to prevent overheating. Some luxury vehicles even activate mirror heaters automatically when you turn on the rear defroster, but most require manual activation through the mirror control switch. Seriously, how have you been driving without knowing this? This next one will 100% shock you. Secret number 14, rubber band phone mount. Ever paid $30 for a phone mount that breaks after 2 weeks? Here's the truth, you've been getting ripped off. All you need is a thick rubber band and your car's air vent. Loop the rubber band around your air vent slats, twist it to create an X shape, and slide your phone into the opening. The tension holds your device perfectly in place without adhesive, suction cups, or expensive mounting hardware that always fails at the worst possible time. This works with virtually any phone size because rubber bands are flexible. No more watching your phone mount collapse mid-turn or dealing with sticky residue on your dashboard. And when you don't need it, remove the rubber band and you're done. Zero damage, zero fuss. But here's the kicker. This hack works better than most commercial mounts because there's no mechanical failure point. No clips to break, no springs to weaken, no suction cups to lose their grip in hot weather. Just pure physics and elastic tension doing exactly what you need. Pro tip, use a thicker rubber band for heavier phones and position it so the band doesn't block your vents completely. You still want airflow for heating and cooling. This 10-cent solution beats every overpriced phone mount on the market. Seriously, who's still spending money on this? This next one will save you $500 at repairs. Secret number 13, nail polish emergency repairs. That chip in your windshield doesn't need a $500 repair bill. It needs a trip to the cosmetics aisle. Here's what most drivers miss. Clear nail polish contains nitrocellulose, the exact same base component used in automotive clear coats. One thin layer over that chip prevents it from spreading into a full windshield replacement nightmare. For paint scratches, find a matching color and you've got a temporary fix that buys you time before professional touch-ups. This isn't just creative recycling, it's legitimate chemistry working in your favor. A $5 bottle of polish can prevent a $900 windshield replacement, and your mechanic never has to know you beat them at their own game. But here's the irony. The automotive industry spent decades perfecting clear coat formulas, not realizing the beauty industry had already solved the problem for fingernails. The key: apply just enough polish to seal the damage without creating a thick, noticeable patch. For windshield chips, clean the area thoroughly and apply polish in thin layers, allowing each to dry completely. This isn't permanent. Expect it to last 3 to 6 months. But that's 3 to 6 months you're not dropping a grand on glass. Speaking of cheap fixes that work better than expensive solutions, this next one will make life easier during heat. Secret number 12, the steering wheel flip. Ever returned to your car and screamed when touching a steering wheel that's been baking in the sun? Here's the 5-second fix dealerships never mention. Flip your steering wheel 180 degrees before leaving your car. The part you actually grip ends up in the shade under your dashboard instead of getting direct sunlight through the windshield. Steering wheels can hit 150+ degrees in summer heat, enough to cause legitimate burns. This simple flip puts the contact points in the cool zone, while the unused section takes the solar punishment. But here's the catch. This hack works best with traditional round steering wheels. Flat-bottom sport wheels don't flip as effectively, but still provide some relief. Your hands will thank you, and your Instagram stories of you not screaming in pain will be way more viral. Bonus? It works as a basic theft deterrent too. Those extra seconds a potential thief spends figuring out your upside-down wheel might be just enough to make them move on to an easier target. Secret number 11. Your brain is a human antenna. Ever stood in a parking lot clicking your key fob like a maniac, hoping your car will magically light up somewhere in the sea of vehicles? Here's the hack that sounds like science fiction, but works like magic. Hold your key fob against your head. No, you're not going crazy. Your brain is literally 75% water, which conducts electromagnetic waves effectively. When you press that fob to your skull, you're turning yourself into a human antenna, boosting your signal range from 30 feet to over 85 feet. The water molecules in your head resonate with the electromagnetic waves, amplifying them like a biological radio tower. Seriously, who knew evolution was preparing us for parking lot emergencies? Your head is basically a walking cell tower, and unlike those overpriced signal boosters, this one came free with your body. But here's the truth, the technique works best when you hold the fob firmly against your temple or the side of your head. Don't worry about looking weird. You'll look a lot weirder wandering around the parking lot for 20 minutes searching for your car. The electromagnetic waves are so low powered that they're completely harmless, unlike those conspiracy theories about cell phones cooking your brain. Before we get to the really mind-blowing tricks, hit that like button. We did a ton of research for this. One like will definitely help us, thank you. Now let's talk about something you can do with your key fob. Secret number 10, foil key fob protection. Car thieves aren't just looking for unlocked doors anymore. They've gone high-tech with relay attacks, using special devices to intercept your key fob signal, even when your car is locked up tight in your garage. But here's the aluminum foil hat moment that actually makes sense. Wrapping your keys in foil blocks these signals completely. Metal creates a Faraday cage effect, turning your key fob into Fort Knox for radio waves. Thieves can sit outside your house all day with their fancy gadgets, and they'll get nothing but radio silence. You can also stash your keys in the fridge or microwave. Anywhere with metal walls works. But let's be honest, this isn't paranoid behavior. It's practical defense against criminals who've turned car theft into a wireless sport. The relay attack method involves two criminals. One stands near your house with a device that amplifies your key fob signal, while another positions a second device near your car to unlock it. They can steal your vehicle in under 60 seconds without ever touching your actual keys. For a few cents worth of foil, you're shutting down $1,000 theft equipment. Good luck finding modern security this cheap. This one will surprise you. Secret number 9, the penny tire test. Most drivers have zero clue how dangerous their tires actually are. Here's the brutal truth. Worn tires increase your stopping distance by 50% on wet roads. That's the difference between a close call and a catastrophic crash. Grab a penny, insert it into your tire tread with Lincoln's head facing down. If you can see the top of Abe's head, your tires are legally bald and genuinely unsafe. This measures exactly 2/32 of an inch, the minimum legal tread depth. But here's what they don't tell you. Check multiple spots around each tire, not just one location. Tires wear unevenly due to alignment issues and driving habits. At 4/32 of an inch, you lose significant wet weather traction. At the legal minimum, your stopping distance on wet roads can be 50% longer than new tires. Worn tires hydroplane at speeds as low as 35 miles per hour during heavy rain. And here's the kicker. For even more precision, use a quarter instead of a penny. If you can see Washington's entire head, you've got about 4/32 of tread remaining, which means it's time to start shopping for replacements before you hydroplane into a ditch. The inner and outer edges of tires often wear faster than the center, especially with alignment problems or improper inflation. Seriously, who spends $800 on new tires when a 1-cent test could have prevented the whole disaster? This next one will 100% shock you. Secret number 8, the potato trick. Foggy windows turning your morning commute into a guessing game. Forget those $15 anti-fog sprays. The answer is sitting in your kitchen for 50 cents. Cut a raw potato in half and rub it on the inside of your windows, then buff with a microfiber cloth. The starch creates an invisible hydrophilic layer that absorbs moisture before it can form fog. This isn't folk medicine. It's food science meeting automotive engineering. White potatoes work best due to higher starch content, and one application lasts weeks, even with daily driving. But here's what they don't tell you. Russian fighter pilots used this technique during World War II, because it worked better than anything else available. If it's good enough for a mid-cockpit at 30,000 feet, it's definitely good enough for your morning drive to Starbucks. Use the cut side of the potato and apply firm, even pressure across the entire window surface. Don't worry about your car smelling like French fries. The starch is odorless once dry. According to the US Department of Transportation, over 38,700 crashes annually are fog-related, resulting in 600 fatalities. This 50-cent hack could literally save your life. You'd be very much shocked by this next one. Secret number 7. Dead key fob backup systems. Dead key fob battery doesn't mean you're stranded. Here's what most drivers miss. Every fob has 2 RFID systems. The active one you use daily, and a secret passive system that doesn't need battery power. This backup draws energy from your car's reader using electromagnetic induction. Basically, wireless charging for emergencies. Hold your dead fob within an inch of the start button and your car recognizes the passive signal. No towing, no locksmith fees, no drama. But wait, there's more. Inside that same fob is a hidden mechanical key. Press the small button and a metal key slides out. Check under your driver's door handle for a hidden keyhole covered by a color-matched plastic piece. Even with a completely dead car battery, you're getting inside. And here's the kicker. The passive RFID system works through near-field communication, the same technology used in contactless payment cards. It only activates when the fob is within a few centimeters of the car's antenna, usually located around the start button or center console. This proximity requirement is actually a security feature. It prevents thieves from activating the system from a distance while still giving you emergency access. From getting into your car to getting it running right, this next hack could save you thousands in transmission repairs. Secret number 6. The transmission reset trick. Rough shifting, slipping gears. Before you panic about transmission repairs that could cost $4,000 plus, try this. Turn off the engine, press the gas pedal all the way down for 15 seconds, release, then start the car. You just reset your transmission control module, the computer that manages gear changes. Sometimes this system gets confused and develops bad shifting patterns. The reset forces it to clear its memory and return to factory settings, often fixing minor glitches instantly. This won't solve mechanical problems, but for electronic hiccups, it's like restarting your computer when it's acting weird. Modern transmissions have dozens of components working together, and sometimes the brain just needs a reboot. But here's what most drivers don't know. The transmission control module continuously learns your driving patterns and adjusts shift points accordingly. But sometimes it develops incorrect strategies that feel rough or jerky. This reset procedure is actually built into most modern vehicles as a diagnostic tool, though manufacturers rarely advertise it. Mechanics charge $100+ just to run this diagnostic reset. You just learned how to do it for free. You're welcome. This one will shock you. Secret number 5. Professional parking sequence. Most drivers are slowly killing their transmission every time they park, and they don't even know it. Here's what you're doing wrong. Shifting into park first on an incline puts your car's entire weight on a tiny metal pin called the parking pal, about the size of your thumb trying to hold thousands of pounds. The right sequence? Come to a complete stop, shift to neutral, apply the parking brake, then shift to park. This puts the weight on your brakes instead of that poor little transmission component that wasn't designed to be a parking anchor. Professional driving instructors know this, but here's the catch. It's rarely taught in basic driver's ed. This simple sequence can extend your transmission's life by years and prevent dangerous rollaway situations when that PAL finally gives up. But let's call it what it really is. The parking PAL mechanism was originally designed as a backup safety feature, not the primary parking system. When you shift into park first, especially on steep inclines, the PAL can become so stressed that it's difficult to shift out of park later. You might have experienced that grinding noise when trying to shift out of park on a hill. That's your transmission crying for help. This 5-second habit could save you $5,000 in transmission repairs. How's that for return on investment? While we're talking about proper procedures, let's discuss how you've been filling your gas tank wrong this entire time. Secret number 4. Strategic fueling method. Ever notice how your gas pump cuts off early, leaving you short on fuel? Here's what commercial fleet managers know. They use a 3-phase filling technique that maximizes every gallon. Fill to 1/4 tank, wait 30 seconds for fuel to settle. Continue to half tank, pause again, then finish. This prevents fuel foaming that tricks sensors into premature shutoffs. When fuel rushes into an empty tank, it creates turbulence that can fool your car into thinking it's full when you're actually short by over a gallon. The pausing method allows proper fuel stratification and sensor recalibration. But here's the kicker. This technique increases actual fill capacity by up to 24% versus continuous filling. That's an extra 15 to 20 miles per tank without spending an extra cent. Most fuel tanks have anti-spill reservoir designs that only work correctly when filled gradually. And here's what they don't tell you. Professional truckers and delivery drivers have known this secret for decades because fuel efficiency directly impacts their bottom line. The foam created by rapid fuel flow contains air bubbles that trigger the pump's automatic shutoff mechanism prematurely. Modern fuel tanks also have complex vapor recovery systems that need time to equalize pressure during filling, which explains why the paused approach works so much better. This hack literally puts money back in your pocket every single time you fill up. You'll be surprised by this next one. Secret number 3, nuclear hot car cooling method. Here's the nuclear option for cooling a sun-baked car that makes every other method look primitive. Before getting in your furnace mobile, roll down rear windows completely, then rapidly open and close the driver's door 5 to 6 times. This creates a powerful vacuum effect using physics instead of electricity. You're literally pumping hot air out through the open rear windows. Interior temperatures can reach 140–180 degrees in direct sunlight, and running AC at maximum just forces the system to fight this extreme heat while consuming maximum energy. The door pumping method creates a bellows effect, rapidly exchanging super hot interior air with cooler outside air. This can drop cabin temperature by 20 to 30 degrees before you even start the engine, making your AC system 300% more effective and reducing strain on expensive components. But let's be honest, dark leather seats can reach hot enough to cause burns in seconds. This technique gets you in the driver's seat without needing oven mitts or a medical kit. Japanese automotive engineers actually studied this method extensively and found it more effective than solar-powered ventilation fans that cost hundreds of dollars. And when it comes to emergencies, emergency medical technicians in hot climates use this technique to quickly cool overheated vehicles before treating patients inside. The bellows effect is the same principle used in blacksmith forges to intensify heat, except here you're using it in reverse to rapidly exchange air masses. Speaking of emergency situations, this next hack is one you hope you never need, but you'll be grateful it exists. Secret number 2, emergency trunk fuel door release. Locked yourself out with your fuel door shut and tank nearly empty? Here's what most drivers don't know exists. There's a manual release inside your trunk that could save you from calling a locksmith or breaking into your own car. Pop your trunk and look for a small plastic lever or cable near the fuel tank area, usually marked with a fuel pump icon. This emergency release was mandated by safety regulations because people were getting trapped in situations where electronic fuel door mechanisms failed. Pull that lever and your fuel door pops open instantly. No keys or electrical power required. But here's the truth. It's typically located on the driver's side of the trunk, either mounted to the trunk wall or hanging from a small cable. Some manufacturers hide it behind a removable panel or under the trunk carpet. This feature exists on virtually every car made since 2002, but it's so well hidden that even experienced mechanics sometimes forget it's there. The release mechanism works through a simple mechanical cable system that bypasses all electronic controls. Pure mechanical advantage that works even when your car's electrical system is completely dead. Next time someone's locked out of their fuel door, you'll be the hero who knows about the secret trunk lever that saves the day. This is the kind of knowledge that makes you look like a genius at gas stations. And finally, the number 1 hack you've been waiting for. This one is so useful, so potentially life-saving, that every single driver needs to know it exists. Secret number 1, emergency trunk escape release. Every car manufactured after 2002 has a mandatory emergency trunk release, but it's not always where you'd expect to find it. This life-saving feature glows in the dark and can be activated from inside the trunk if someone becomes trapped. The release is usually a bright yellow or green handle, T-shaped pull cord, or glow-in-the-dark button located near the trunk latch mechanism. Some luxury vehicles even have illuminated handles that automatically light up when the trunk is closed. But here's what most people don't know. These releases can malfunction or become difficult to reach, especially for children or elderly individuals. That's why some manufacturers include secondary release mechanisms like kick-activated sensors or even smartphone app controls in newer models. Parents should definitely show their children where this release is located and how to use it. hopefully in a way that doesn't give them nightmares. It's one of those safety features that we hope never gets used, but knowing it's there provides peace of mind for situations we'd rather not think about. And here's the truth, this feature has saved lives in kidnapping situations, accidental lock-ins, and car accidents where people became trapped. It's federally mandated for a reason. The glow-in-the-dark design ensures it's visible even in complete darkness, and the mechanism is designed to be operable by someone of any age or strength level. Take 30 seconds right now, seriously, right now. Go check where your trunk release is located. Know where it is. Show your family where it is. Hope you never need it, but be grateful it's there. How many secrets did you already know? Drop a comment below and let me know which one shocked you the most. If this video just saved you from expensive repair visits, or made you do simple fixes yourself, hit that subscribe button for more money-saving content that gets straight to the point. Your wallet will thank you. Now, there are secret features that Mechanics Gate keeps but can allow you to save thousands of dollars easily. Kindly click this video. Trust me, you'll be shocked.